Jey Uso vs. GÜNTHER at WrestleMania 41, the epic showdown that will rewrite history. The WWE Universe is on fire as the road to WrestleMania 41 takes an explosive turn. The anticipation is building to a boiling point as one of the most electrifying matchups in WWE history is set to take place. All eyes are on Jey Uso, a man who has been part of WWE's most prominent faction, the Bloodline, but now stands tall, ready to carve his own legacy. This year, Jey has risen from being Roman Reigns' shadow to a breakout singles star in his own right. His journey has been one of pain, perseverance, and ultimate redemption. And now, Jey Uso faces the challenge of a lifetime, GÜNTHER, the most dominant Intercontinental Champion in WWE history. This isn't just a match. This is a war of legacy, honor, redemption, and personal vengeance. And as the WWE Universe watches, they know this will be a clash that will be talked about for generations. From the intensity of their rivalry to the emotions behind it, this battle will be nothing short of legendary. The rise of Jey Uso. To understand the magnitude of this fight, we need to look back at the journey that has brought Jey Uso to this moment. For years, Jey was overshadowed by his cousin Roman Reigns, the leader of the Bloodline. Jey's career was defined by his role as Roman's enforcer, standing in the background, carrying out orders, and playing a secondary role in the family's dominance. But somewhere along the way, something changed. Jey began to see beyond Roman's shadow. The spark that once existed in him as a tag team star began to reignite, and slowly but surely, Jey started to evolve. His breakout singles run began when he broke away from the Bloodline on Raw, seeking his own path and carving a legacy that had been long overdue. When the 2025 Royal Rumble came around, nobody saw what was about to happen. Jey Uso defied the odds and won the Royal Rumble match, sending shockwaves through the WWE Universe. The chants of "Yeet" rang out as Jey's name echoed in every arena. This wasn't just a victory, it was the confirmation that Jey Uso had arrived. But Jey didn't take the typical route after his Royal Rumble win. Instead of picking a superstar like Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns to face at WrestleMania, Jey chose the most dominant force in WWE today, GÜNTHER, the Intercontinental Champion. It was a decision that sent ripples through the wrestling world, with fans questioning Jey's judgment. After all, GÜNTHER was on a legendary run, reigning as the longest-reigning Intercontinental Champion in history. But Jey Uso wasn't just making a choice for the sake of gold. He wasn't in this for fame or accolades. No, Jey Uso was stepping into this match to prove something far greater. He was proving that he wasn't just a former tag team star. He wasn't just a member of the Bloodline. He was a warrior, a main eventer, and someone who could rise to the occasion when it mattered most. GÜNTHER, the unbeatable champion. On the opposite end of this explosive rivalry stands GÜNTHER, a man who has redefined dominance in WWE. Since his arrival, GÜNTHER has shown nothing but unrelenting power, speed, and the kind of tenacity that makes him seemingly unbeatable. His reign as Intercontinental Champion has been one of the most impressive in history, and his stoic nature only makes his presence more imposing. For months, GÜNTHER has held the Intercontinental title with an iron grip, successfully defending it against every challenger thrown his way. He has put on some of the most brutal and compelling matches in WWE, proving time and time again that no one, not even the top stars, can match his intensity. When Jey Uso made the decision to face GÜNTHER at WrestleMania, GÜNTHER's response was chillingly simple. He didn't flinch. He didn't even acknowledge Jey as a real threat. To GÜNTHER, Jey was just another name on a long list of victims. Another challenger to add to his legacy. He saw Jey not as a warrior but as a stepping stone. But that would be his first mistake. GÜNTHER may have underestimated Jey Uso, but Jey wasn't coming to WrestleMania for validation. He wasn't coming just to compete for the title. He was coming to rewrite history. The promo that ignited the war. The tension between Jey Uso and GÜNTHER didn't just build in the ring, it ignited during an emotional promo from Jey that took place just weeks after his Royal Rumble victory. The atmosphere in the arena was electric as Jey Uso stood in the ring, microphone in hand, pouring his heart out. He spoke of how this moment meant more than any championship. This wasn't about titles for Jey, it was about something far deeper, something more personal. He spoke of how his entire career had been defined by being in Roman Reigns' shadow, always playing second fiddle, always having to live up to expectations that weren't his own. He spoke of the pain, the betrayals, and the scars he had endured, both physical and emotional. And that's when it happened. The calm, unbothered figure of Gunther interrupted Jey's heartfelt promo. The crowd erupted as Gunther made his way to the ring, his icy stare locked on Jey Uso. Gunther didn't speak a word at first. He simply stood there, staring down the man who had chosen him as his WrestleMania opponent. Jey, the fire of his past struggles burning in his chest, called Gunther out, demanding to know why Gunther was so unfazed by the challenge he represented. Gunther, with a slight smirk, merely shrugged it off. To Gunther, this wasn't a battle of equals. This was a match between a champion and a wannabe. And Gunther made it clear, he would crush Jey Uso at WrestleMania. But Jey wasn't going to back down. His entire journey had been about proving the doubters wrong, and this match was his chance to do just that. The war for legacy. What makes this match so special isn't just the clash of two incredible superstars. It's about the stories behind them. The battles they've fought, the scars they've earned, and the legacies they're fighting to build. For Jey Uso, this is a chance at redemption. He's not just fighting for himself, he's fighting for his family. For years, Jey has been used, overlooked, and left behind. He's been underestimated, belittled, and cast aside by the very people who were supposed to have his back. Now, Jey Uso is stepping up to prove that he is more than just a former tag team champion. He's more than just a family member. He's a warrior in his own right, and he has a point to prove. For Gunther, this match represents another rung on the ladder of his storied career. His reign as Intercontinental Champion is one for the ages, and he isn't about to let some underdog like Jey Uso derail his momentum. Gunther sees Jey as a challenger who simply isn't on his level, a hurdle that he will easily clear on his way to greater things. But Gunther is facing a fighter who has nothing to lose and everything to gain. And that is a dangerous man. The stakes of WrestleMania 41. The stakes couldn't be higher for both men. For Jey Uso, this is about more than just a title. It's about carving his name into the annals of history. It's about proving that he can be more than just a supporting player in the story of WWE. It's about showing the world that Jey Uso is a main eventer, a top-tier superstar who can stand toe-to-toe with the best in the business. For Gunther, this match is about preserving his dominance. The Intercontinental Championship is his crown jewel, and he will do whatever it takes to keep it around his waist. But Gunther's arrogance may be his greatest flaw. If he underestimates Jey Uso, he could find himself facing a fate he didn't expect, a loss to a man who has the fire, the passion, and the will to win. As the two men prepare to clash at WrestleMania 41, the WWE Universe is ready for a battle that will echo through the history books. This isn't just about the Intercontinental Championship. This is about legacy, pride, and the unrelenting pursuit of greatness. And in the end, only one man will emerge victorious, one man will take the next step toward immortalizing himself in WWE history. Jey Uso or Gunther, who will come out on top? The answer will be revealed on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 41. WrestleMania 41 is just around the corner, and this match between Jey Uso and Gunther will be one of the most talked about moments in WWE history. The story of Jey's redemption, his battle to rise above the shadow of the Bloodline, and the unyielding dominance of Gunther sets the stage for a monumental clash. Will Jey Uso emerge as the new Intercontinental Champion, rewriting history, or will Gunther continue his reign as the most dominant force in WWE? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, this war will be one for the ages. Stay tuned, because the road to WrestleMania 41 is just getting started. But wait, there's so much more to discover. Click on the next video right here, shown on the screen, for more exclusive insights, reactions, and all the latest happenings in the wrestling world. You won't want to miss it. Every click helps us grow and brings you more amazing content. So please, don't leave just yet, join us for the next video and keep the wrestling conversation going. Thank you for being part of our community. Goodbye for now.